Hi, my name is Joy, and I want to tell you about how my sons both saw heaven and hell. See that picture up there? Those are my two kids. When the oldest was 7, he had an experience going to heaven and going to hell in the same experience, same time. And the youngest, when he had turned 7 years old, the same thing happened to him. They both told me in their own little individual way what happened. So the oldest, 7 years old, right now he is 20. So that was 13 years ago. He came into the room one night. I was sitting on the bed and I was ready to go to sleep. He came in to show me a picture, and he had drawn a picture of a boy with a skateboard and a ramp. He said, "Mommy, I had a dream. I was on a skateboard and I went up the ramp. And then I kept going and I went over a gate." He said, "I went all the way up to heaven and I went over a gate," or something like that. And that's when he had my attention at that point. He said, "I saw a city, the streets were gold and shiny and silvery looking. And I saw a big river and angels were standing by the river. And mothers were holding their babies." He saw female angels and children were playing tag by the river. And he saw God's palace. That's what he said. "I saw God's palace, and I saw Jesus and God and Lord, and they were standing in front, and Jesus was holding a key." And he said God's palace had rows of rubies, diamonds, jewelry all around the base of it. It sounds just like Revelation 21. Then he said he saw the angels' wings and they were really, really shiny. And then he got afraid and he started to descend to earth like a meteor. So what I found out later, he was saying he was on fire. He hit the earth like a meteor and went through to the center of the earth. And he barreled all the way through the center of the earth to hell. And he saw fire. Now he's still on the skateboard now. Like a hoverboard. He's still on a skateboard. And he's going through hell and he sees people on fire. And he heard screaming. And the devil was calling his name. And he was trying to get out of there. So he saw some tunnels. And he went through the tunnels until he got to the sewer system. And when he got to the sewer system, he went all the way up to the surface of the earth. And by the time he got up to the surface of the earth, he was 20 years old. Blew my mind. My child saw heaven and hell. And he had several dreams about heaven after that. I'm not so sure if he went to hell after that, but he definitely had some heaven dreams after that. He saw houses made of gold bricks. He saw rows and rows of flowers. He said it wasn't like a little tiny flower bed in front of the house. It was rows and rows and rows of flowers in front of a house. I don't remember too much after that, but I know Jesus told him to preach. Oh, well, I'll stop at that dream. And I'll tell you in another video about my second child's dream. Oh, and I always wondered, what was the significance of age 20 in his dream? He turned 20 years old August of 2017. It was soon after that, or maybe even a couple months before that, a Methodist church asked him to be a youth pastor. He had been doing the role for about a year, volunteering, um, counseling boys, helping the youth pastor run the ministry. And they actually gave him a paid position in the church. It blows my mind. At 20 years old, just like the dream said, like I knew something significant was going to happen. And in the kingdom of God, him becoming a minister is extremely significant. At 20, amazing. Anyway, listen to your kids' dreams. They will blow your mind.